All right, let's get right into it because we don't have a ton of time. Welcome to the stream. Holy shit, it's odd one out for a second time this week. Oh man. All right, let's explain why really quickly, especially for the VOD watchers. Really quick. Uh, this has been a weird week scheduling wise. So much so that I've missed both Monday and Wednesday. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna attempt. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you in a while, I feel like. I assume it's because you've been busy. Hope life has been doing good. Um, I missed stream last night. I missed stream on Monday, I believe it was. This week has been crazy. I've been having mild panic attacks throughout the week due to life things. Outside world is crazy as shit. You know, everything everything's just everything's just going to shit. I don't know how else to put it. Um so yeah. So normally cut me a little bit of slack. I normally don't stream on Thursday. We're going to come in and out here just tonight really quickly. Make up stream basically. So we're going to do a second odd one out stream for the second time this week, which is crazy, but it's the easiest thing to just kind of turn my brain off and do and get something out there. Let's see. Been sleeping early. Damn. Thanks. I appreciate it. Sleeping early, always advised. On the list of things, I can always just recommend someone. Sleep. Get sleep. That's like the best thing I could recommend to anyone. Just sleep. Continuity heads on the last odd one out stream a couple days ago. Was it on Tuesday? It was on Tuesday. So a couple days ago, I had said I needed to shave. I was a lot bushier in the beard area. Look at that. I've shaved. So continuity heads can see 2 days ago I was like, I really need to shave. And now 2 days later, I've been shaved down. So I know there's a lot of, continuity people out there that love to based on my appearance that very rarely makes an appearance on stream. I usually stream around 11 p.m. Yeah. I'm, it is what it is. I've always said, like, I try to, I understand that, especially on weekdays, obviously. Dude, if streaming was my full-time job, if I didn't have a day job, I'd be streaming during the day, and then I'd be much more time zone friendly. But that's just not the case for a lot of reasons. Mostly because I don't want to. Even if I was making buku bucks, I don't think I'd want to stream as like a full-time job or career, if I'm being 100% honest. But that's a whole other thing. I find much more joy and fun just streaming as a hobby. But yeah, so due to missing a lot of streams, or I say a lot, and I'm hard on myself, but literally right after I said that streaming was a hobby, I'm getting done saying that I miss streams, but unintentionally missed streams on Monday and Wednesday. We're making it up here by doing probably just an hour long of odd one outs. I've only got 2 episodes queued up here, so we're just gonna do this and then I'll be in and out. I had a lot of fun with odd one out like just 2 days ago, so we're going back to the well. Yeah, because I still have Thursday plans later tonight, as I always do, which is why I don't stream on Thursdays. But I'm sneaking this one in. Also, not only do I not have plans on Thursday, I need one day at least out of the week usually to take off. I'd be a fucking psycho if I streamed 7 days a week. I don't even think career streamers stream 7 days a week. I don't think. I don't know anything though. Actually, you know what? I don't even know. I was gonna say something. Screw it. So we Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, cut me a little bit slack. If my brain feels all over the place, I've talked about this phenomenon before, but it's literally like I'm pretty much rolling straight out of work into here. So I've got work brain still like equipped, and then I'm rolling right into stream. And when I work, even more so than my normal daily life, like my brain is like firing off a million different directions at once as far as like what I'm thinking about and what's on my mind. So uh hopefully that chills in a couple seconds, but um yeah, we have we're just gonna, like I said, this will probably take an hour or so, or less probably. Um but hey, we went 50-50 last odd one out stream a couple days ago. I'm early here, so hopefully that helps with your time zone. uh, Dude, oh fuck, I've been meaning to ask you because fuck, we hadn't. I felt like I kept every time you had shown up, I forgot to ask, and then when you weren't here, or at least you weren't, I don't keep track of who comes in as like just like lurking, but like when I didn't think you were here, I couldn't ask, obviously. So I'd meant to ask, did you like a month ago? I would have been like a month ago, maybe a little less than a month ago. Did you watch the top 10 games that I played last year video I made? I never got your opinion on it if you had. If you hadn't, understandable. But I don't think I'd ever asked if you had watched it and then if you had an opinion on it. Or if you had an opinion on like the top game on there. You for gore? Totally okay. No, I didn't want to just assume you had watched or anything. And like, it's not like the top highest tier quality, and obviously, it's just a video in the sea of anyone's life or whatever. But I was curious. I had been meaning to ask if you had run into it. I was like, oh, I needed to ask if they had opinion, but it's no big deal. It's all good. Don't take it as me being like, oh shit. No, you're all good. If you had watched it, like I said, I was curious about your opinion, but it's not like I'm saying that as if it's like some kind of, you know, big deal or anything. It's not. I just been meaning to ask, but it's okay. Anyway, we have two I said that weird, two odd one out videos. 6. Oh, you're welcome then. You're so welcome. 6 professional singers versus a fake should be very fun, I think. And then 6 people with autism versus a fake. Small little thing. I don't know if I talked about this on stream. Speaking of autism, the last in-person date I went on a while back, I went on a date with someone and they were a self-professed person with autism. It came out as a detail they told me. They said that they were on the spectrum. Like, that was something they told me or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's totally whatever. And then that was like pretty early on in the date. And then like towards the end, I don't know, it was a while back. It was a little while back. So I can't remember exactly what I had said or what I reacted or whatever. So I can't remember what she had said it in response to. But sometime towards the end, I said something, or, you know, I reacted in a certain, I think I probably said something. And she was like, she said something along the lines of like, I hope this doesn't like offend you by me saying this, but have you ever been tested? Or you, because that feels like something like someone on the spectrum would say or whatever. And I was just like, I don't know how to respond to that. It felt weird. I wasn't obviously like offended because I don't think that's the kind of comment you would feel like offended by or anything. But I was just like, oh, that's it's very funny. That's very funny. It was funny to me for some reason. A second date didn't happen. But not because of that comment. Not because of that comment. I said the second date thing as like a joke, but also I want to make it clear that it's not that I'm not insinuating that I didn't push for a second date because of that comment or anything. But I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was extremely funny. As someone who like I don't want to get like too much into it or whatever, but as someone, me personally, who has never done any tests or has anything clinically diagnosed in me or anything, I feel like there's potentially possibility, at least a small possibility of something chemically brain wise maybe happening or with me is what I'll say. Like if I took some kind of test and then a doctor or something was like, "Hey, we feel that you're diagnosed with whatever." It's not like my jaw would drop on the floor and I'd be like, "Holy shit." Like I wouldn't be and I'm leaving it vague. I'm leaving what I'm talking about like vague, but like I wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, I never would have guessed." But it was just very funny to hear her say that. Like I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't like offended or anything, and it didn't like I wasn't like, "Oh man, that's so weird that she said that" or anything. But I was just like, it was very funny to me. It was a fun first date. I had a fun time. It goes to my normal philosophy of first dates. You go in not expecting anything, and then you just try to have a good time. And generally, if the person reciprocates, then you just have a cool day. And that's what it was. It was a cool day, you know? Anyway, we have Odd One Outs to watch. It's just a random story that it just reminded me because I read the title, The Autism People. Cool. Cool. For you, it wouldn't be mind shattering, but it would low key catch you off by surprise. For yourself, you mean? I assume you don't mean for me, right? Yeah. 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 Like I said, I'm not even 100% speaking on just like autism or something or anything on the spectrum or anything. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. This is probably gonna come back to like whatever, but obviously I was never tested for anything as a kid because I could partly say that like as a kid growing up, I was very much of the mindset like someone raised in like a large family was like I as dramatic as this sounds, like I was always like, "Hey, being middle child, like strictly middle child syndrome type thing, like I was like, I don't want to be a squeaky wheel ever. Like I will just never. I personally would be like, I'd rather be in the background as far as like being raised or whatever. And then it got to a point where like you start becoming like late teens, and then you're going to like you're becoming like an adult and everything, and you're like, I could go and get tested for whatever, but obviously like if I found out the results of something, and it's like and like something was found out that like, oh, it is something that I feel like I could potentially have, and it is true. Like at least I'm at the point where I don't think like whatever I could potentially have is like debilitating enough where I'm like I actually need like medical help or assistance or whatever, or like on some sort of meds or whatever. So thankfully I don't think I'm at like that point or whatever. Sure, I do think there are points in my life and like stretches where I'm like, damn, I feel like I could be helped potentially, but I'm also like of that mindset where I'm just like it's like deeply ingrained in me where I'm like, I don't need to like I don't feel like I need to reach out at a certain point to get help for a certain thing. And that's probably more of like a psychological issue if we really wanted to get into it, but it is what it is. You probably do have some sort of attention deficit thing. Something I think about. Turn positive. I do get tested for it. Yeah. That's basically kind of. I mean, if I was being 100% real with everyone, right? Like, I would probably put myself into like two camps. Everyone has told me, and I kind of agree that I'm a very anxious person. And if I was to somehow get help on in that direction, as far as anxiety goes, that would be cool. But I don't think my life is, like I said, debilitated enough for me to feel like I need help that direction. And then there's the attention thing that I've always talked about. I've always made reference to. I think me as a person, like, I also think it's partly clear, like, especially on these streams, maybe potentially sometimes, and just like in my day to day, like my day to day, like, is probably a good thing that I'm just like secluded and I work from home and everything. But like my attention is just so shot, and like I feel like if I could somehow get that focused, it would be like that fake, like, oh man, I've unlocked like 20% more of my brain or something, and like I would probably be fucking unstoppable. But in the current state that I'm in, I'm currently shackled and I've got the training weights on, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, maybe it's best I'm not, I mean, 100% like fucking unlocked. And like maybe it's best that my brain is currently shackled, tied down just slightly. I don't know. It's hard because it's one of those things where it's like until you start getting like I said, like tested, and then you're like, if you go as far as like getting on meds or something for it, like you never know what the other side is like, right? Because I'm choosing to not get to see what it is like potentially, like, let's say on meds, just an example or whatever. Like, you never know what you personally could feel like if you weren't constantly under that kind of certain mind, for lack of a better term, mindset or whatever. This is very weird that this odd one out random is supposed to be hour long stream has now been recording for 17 minutes, and I'm talking about this. But to be fair, these streams when they first started were supposed to be like therapy to me, so I guess that's kind of makes sense. Let me see this. Worked for anxiety. Interesting. Yeah. No, I have like really good friends that I like, friends I would consider on like the really good side. That are like, they're shocked. They're like the ones that like know me really well, and I've like, talked about certain things, and obviously I've been friends with them for now many years, and they're fucking shocked that I've never, that two things. One, that I've never got like went to go get, tested and eventually try to get like potentially look to see if like anxiety meds is like something I should do. And then two, that I've never gone to therapy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I've let you down. I'm sorry. I've let myself down. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to say, because nothing I say or do is going to be the right answer, in cases like that. So, and just not feeling that anxiety has helped me since then. Yeah, like I said, that's part of. Oh, there's like a bug flying around. I saw it in the light. That's part of the thing. Like, it's weird because, like I said, I feel as if I'm a very anxious person, just generally. I feel as if I have literally 0% attention constantly. And so it's like, I don't know if what I feel is actually like as worse as it could be. And if it really is to the point where like I feel like I should get help in some shape or fashion. And like, just how could that help be? I don't know. It's tough because it is one of those things when then a logical person would say like, oh, just go fucking just yeah, they would be like, you're right. You wouldn't know what that difference in feeling is like until you go try it. So why don't you go try it? And then I would say like, you're speaking very smartly. I have no rebuttal. It's tough. It's tough. Goes back to my general statement. Mental health, very important for like everyone. Also a tricky subject, just as far as like for each individual person, like what it is that someone needs. Brain chemistry is difficult. Brain chemistry and individual needs are all over the place for everyone, and it's just part of the long trying to wrap it up as best as I can, but like without going on a long ass tangent. But like what every person needs or wants or how they feel is a complicated, I don't want to say difficult necessarily, but it's tough. It's tough figuring out what it is you need and what that line is, and how bad does a certain thing need to get till you're like, okay, I really need to step in. And then like I was kind of mentioning before, like it's kind of like, again, without sounding dramatic, it's kind of like, how have you been conditioned as you've been growing up, both as a kid and then as like a teenager and then as an adult? Like, at what point do you yourself, what's that limit where you're like, oh fuck, I really need, a thing. I need intervention. I need help. Anyway, sorry, I'm just catching up here. Okay, I put my blinders on when I start going on my tangents. Oh, okay, interesting. I mean, I could go on so many fucking tangents, and it just goes into the stigmatization, not a the stigma around like mental health in general still really much fucking sucks, both around the world and in this country. There's so many like random little like threads you could start like going off of like um you know about like just the whole problem of everything, honestly. But yeah, it's just it's what it is. And I'm right now, I'm trying to recall how it is we we got to this topic. Oh, because of the autism video. Great. I remember that, just a winding path. I really hope here's the thing. There's potential that like VOD watchers, I really hope you fast forwarded about 23 and a half minutes here into the recording, because I'm not trimming any of this out. But I also assume no one actually gives a shit about hearing me ramble and come to no conclusions, basically, and have no real interesting things to say about what I just said for the last 23 minutes. But it is what it is. This is what you get when I think that a Thursday stream is what's needed. It's a wild card. Oh, I appreciate it. The problem is, I feel like I just was rambling for like 24 minutes without saying anything like of value. You know what I mean? And I know that's funny to think about because it's a fucking just a nothingness stream, but like there's a part of me where I'm just like, I probably said a total of like nothing interesting, obviously. Nothing of value is how I'd put it. But such is life, isn't it? Someone tunes in for a random odd one out stream and they're like, what the hell? For 24 minutes, 24 minutes, they just see this fucking circle spinning. And they're like, oh, he's just going on. And the worst part is that I had to, because I normally have Thursday night plans, I'm supposed to get in and out. We got to get in and out. We got to do these, and I gotta beat it. You know what I mean? And I delayed. Sounds like I need just a couple rants about nothing to de-stress. So true. So true. Like I kind of mentioned a couple minutes ago, like one of the few reasons why originally this channel started was back when I started more dedicatedly doing this. Like I always talked about how like the streams were like easy, technically free ways of me to just like blow off steam. And that's like really especially talking about like the Bloodborne Friday streams way back in the day, years ago now at this point. Like that was really where those were. It was like where I was like massively like fucking depressed at where I was at and working at a place that was fucking killing me. And then like I would log in and just stream incredibly scuffed streams and then play tough ass Bloodborne, not know what the hell I'm doing, but like it would just like weirdly was how I blew steam. That's what they were. That's part of the origins of this channel. And not much has changed. Not much has changed. Mind your ears. It's not playing.
I'm a singer.
Okay, so let's focus. Let's get back on track here. 6 professional singers and a fake. We 2 days ago did Odd One Out. We did 2 episodes. I won 1. I lost 1. We take 50-50, honestly. We've got singers. We got a fake. I'm curious. This one seems fun to me. This seems like a fun concept.
I'm a singer.
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 Now, there's no way I can say who's a singer just by looks. So this is... Basically, I've got... This is a crapshoot.
I'm a singer.
You're a singer, sure.
I'm a singer.
He's got a Disneyland-like jacket thing on. Sure, you're a singer. What's the Disneyland thing for? Why is that Disneyland branded thing there?
I'm a singer.
Let me hear that again.
I'm a
Am I just going off voices, maybe?
singer.
I'm a singer.
I'm a singer.
Yes.
I'm a singer.
Glasses on my pick.
I'm a singer.
Yes.
I'm a singer.
I think... I wouldn't be surprised if
I'm
he...
a singer.
I'm a singer.
I'm a singer.
I'm a singer.
I'm a singer.
Especially... He's got a how do you use it? Metalopocalypse? Dude, he carries the looks of like he's like a heavy metal like singer. He's a singer.
I'm a singer.
Singers are so broad. I talk about this all the time, but like, what does it mean he's a singer? Do you sing professionally? Do you make a living from singing? Do you sing in a church choir? Do you sing in the shower? Are you technically a singer then?
I'm a singer.
I'm going with glasses. Glasses lady. First pick. Oh wait, we got it. Something interesting is cooking. I think they're doing a round just for the viewer. So we can't hear that, or they can't hear each other, but we get to hear. Oh shit! Oh, we have to make a choice. If you'd like to play along, you can skip to round 2. Oh, man. Oh, this is tough. So basically, we're going to be able to see that if we watch this round, we're going to probably... Yeah, this is going to spoil the answer. So we have to make a decision. Do we watch this round? Or do we skip to round 2? Do we which do we weigh more heavily? I'm trying to get it in camera. The hands. Would we rather completely not know who can't sing and we play the game like we normally do? Or do we watch this here and we take it as a round of like, we're not actually playing the game part of this of watching Odd One Out, and we are just strictly watching. Because I assume whoever's not the singer is going to suck. Especially if they're saying they're building it as, like, round 2. You'd like to watch the performances, but I don't mind doing later. Yeah, I was going to say, if we skipped, we would still definitely scrub back and watch. You know what? You know what? I was literally about to say we should just watch it. But I think I'm actually down to watch. Wow, round 1 goes for quite some time. You know what? To preserve the sanctity of the game, let's do it like this. What is that? I think this is an advert. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna as best we can. Okay, so we'll watch back the performances at the end. It'll be like a little treat, a little nugget for us at the end of the episode. But wait, they eliminated a person. Right? Yeah. So wait, so what did they eliminate based off of? Did they just watch their backs and they can't hear? Did they get to... I mean... how would I pick... You know what? We're going to keep it. I'm just going to pick a second person. Who did they get rid of? They didn't get rid of glasses. Who did they get rid of? Oh, they got rid of that guy. They got rid of that one guy. With the ferns, the plants on his, like, Hawaiian looking shirt. Watch it muted. Oh. That's a kind of brilliant idea, potentially. They got rid of this guy. Okay. Let's see. I mean, this is assuming that they don't, this person, because what if someone goes up there and then they, like, suck and they're laughing or something? You know what I mean? Like, you know what? We'll do it like this. This is actually could be interesting. Now, we already know they vote this guy out for some reason. Here we go. I don't know. I don't know what's... We'll watch it. You're just listening to my voice. Let's go. Thumbs up. Okay. No, but this is good. This is good because this is brilliant idea. Brilliant idea on your part. Because we get to see it just like they're seeing it, and then we get to see... Now we don't get to see the responses here, but she's got the posture. Oh, she's got the vibrato going. As a former singer, she's hitting those notes, dude. She's hitting those notes. I need to zoom in here. Now, I'll be curious to see why it is they go for the guy. Because that's very curious that they vote for... I mean, what would he give off if they can't hear anything? It's very... I'm so many questions, no answers. She's got the look. She's closing her eyes as she's hitting those notes. You know, she's doing a thing. We have this guy motioning to his neck. Talking about something about that. We'll probably go back and listen to the voices after. Dude, I fucking called it. This guy's a metal singer. Just by the editing, we know what's happening. Fucking called it. The looks, the shirt, too easy. Wait, that guy's headphones were off. What the? Was he done singing? There's gotta be. Oh, he's probably done singing. Okay, now this is my pick. This was my pick. What was that? There was a TikTok video edited, spliced in. Is she a TikTok singer? Is that a thing? I'm sure it's a thing. Oh, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. No. We fucked up. Well, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's laughing. This is what I said was gonna happen, dude. Look at, did you see that facial reaction? Is he not afraid? Why is he laughing? Why did they vote for the other guy if this is what he's doing? What is happening? All right, look at this. Look at the zoom. I think he shrugs. He did a hand thing. What? Huh? I'm so confused. Oh, they're talking about the mic positioning? Okay. They're talking about mic positioning, but like... Why? He's not giving a great performance looks-wise. Maybe I'm reading way too much into Brennan's body language. I'm so confused. I need to... This is going to be so... This is going to be so interesting going back to, I think. Oh, he's got the fucking hand movements to it. That's interesting. He's got a lot of body into his singing. A little too much if you ask me, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Like, if that was me, if I was in the crowd watching that, I would be like, oh, you're trying a little too hard to convince us you're singing really well or whatever.
When Josh got up and started...
Oh, I won't want to listen to this part either. We'll unmute in round 2. I don't think I'm insane, though, for thinking Brennan's body language was completely like... Why was he laughing? Like, what? Did he not know what he was doing? Did he fuck up? Okay, he's... Here, I'll unmute to see what his reaction is.
Sorry.
It's
My
funny.
strategy was pretend to be shy, pretend you can't sing, and then they're going to judge you that you can't sing, when in reality I can sing, and that's exactly what happened.
What?
Pretend to be shy, pretend you can't sing, and then they're going to judge you that you can't sing, when in reality I can.
He's trying. It's too much. Okay, I'm locking in. You know what? I picked glasses earlier. I don't know what the hell is going on with Brennan, but I'm locking in Brennan as my second pick.
Sing,
I don't know what's going
and
on there.
that's exactly what happened.
What kind of music do we sing?
I'm like a contemporary R&B type of person, sprinkled with a little bit of pop.
Cool.
Yeah.
And wait, can I ask, do you do live performances, or do you record in a studio or at home, or both?
Both. I have live. I do live music, and then I have like my own recorded music as well that I've put out over the past few years. If you want to check it out on Spotify and all those other spots, check it out.
I started
I'm
training
good.
in 2015. I grew up not musical almost at all.
And what got you into music?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little lost when I was younger, not knowing what I wanted to do when I grew up. Going to concerts and like witnessing the effect.
I really need to
of, like,
learn what
a
his body
lively
language was
lead
for.
singer. That was when like everything felt like it was connecting.
Is there a specific concert that you remember being like,
Walk the Moon.
yeah?
Walk the Moon.
Walk the Moon? I don't want to be like, God, there's nothing snobbier than like criticizing someone for their music listening habits, but man, Walk the Moon? He was going to talk about being his formative, like...
2012, Nick Patrica.
Wow.
I am into hardcore thrash metal, new metal. I guess the look kind of gives it away.
You could tell from the stance. Ashley, do you want to answer your question?
Yeah, I'm an opera singer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I started training since I was 14, but I've been singing my whole life. I've been
Opera
doing
singer
it
makes sense.
professionally for about a decade now. It's been a crazy career. I love opera because of how dramatic it is. Everything is heightened. It is the most dramatic thing, and I love it.
What do you sing? I'm curious about what you do.
Okay, I'm classically trained. I got started in choral music when I was 4, so I've been singing live most of my career professionally, but actually in the last couple of years I've transitioned into more sync licensing. Anytime you're watching a TV show or a movie or whatever and you hear music in the background, that's what that is.
What was your vocal range?
Like note to note.
Like, are you an alto? Are you a bass?
He doesn't know what vocal range means.
Like,
I think I'm a tenor. I think I can go from a G flat 2 to a G flat 5. I think.
okay.
Okay, got some range.
Okay, work.
Like that.
Can you hit a whistle note for me?
Okay, hold on.
I don't have a lot of classical training. I do musical improv.
Musical improv, Jesus.
So when I first got to LA,
Okay,
I got really into improv and then took a musical improv class and I was like, this is so much fun.
When did you start doing that? Like training for that, I guess.
So I took my first musical improv class in 2015 and then I took like a bunch more. One thing I love about it is you don't have to be the greatest singer. As long as you're like saying yes and like with your team, you know, you can like.
I feel like it's worth noting, why did anybody vote Vidal out? For me personally, it was strictly because his hands were in his pockets.
I was going to say the same thing. His hands were in his pockets and his posture was just standing. And you can sing that song very easily standing still straight, but the one rule when you perform in general is you never have your hands in your pockets.
That's
and that
the
was
only
a dead giveaway for
There's
me.
like no movement for me.
I do improv and I do music and I don't do both because that is really difficult.
Round 2, I voted for Shannon because I was like, okay, I don't know who to vote for right now. I was pretty certain we got it with Vidal already.
Sorry.
I was going to give everyone free tickets to my improv show. No, I'm not.
We don't want free
I'm surprised
tickets.
I didn't get voted out first. I just felt everybody was so confident. And the fact that I made it through 2 rounds, I'm proud of.
Get game day.
I'm pretty confident that guy's technically what he is, says what he is, right? Like
If you think the mole
A
is
musical
still in the
improv
box
person.
and you wish to continue playing the game, please raise your
he
hand.
gives off that energy.
Wow. We all think the mole has been voted out. Who do we think is the mole?
Why
Who
they're
did you
just-
vote for and why?
I think it was Josh. From the moment he started singing, he seemed to take it not as seriously, and he was kind of being silly with it. And I know if I were pretending to do something that I don't normally do, that's how I would do it.
Like improv and music, I don't normally hear that.
He said specifically you don't have to be a classically trained singer or like a really skilled musician.
You don't have to be the greatest singer.
What do you mean by that?
I hope you guys aren't a mole. 'Cause I'll be
I know.
very upset.
I know, yeah, for real.
If the
I mean,
lights
my
turn
2 picks are in the box, so if it turns red, we have a chance of winning.
that means you
Green,
voted
I
the mole out
lose.
and you win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Yeah. Ah,
Good work, everyone.
too easy.
I kind of
For
felt like
them.
it was going to be easy. Like, singers always know.
You know.
We
You
always
know.
know.
On the count of
Let's
3,
see what this
will
is.
the mole please reveal themselves? 1, 2, 3.
I knew it.
It was me.
I did not vote for Josh ever. I was confident it wasn't him.
So I do improv, but I do not do musical improv.
Oh, fuck. He got me with the, he's just an improv person.
I prepared a little bit, but I was like, I'll just improvise my way through this. And,
Classic
didn't work
Josh.
out.
I wanted to ask you guys if you want to sing now that you can all hear each other.
I'm down. I'm just going to get loud. That's all I got to say.
I want to hear your rendition of Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday
Oh, they're saying happy birthday.
to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
So what was his body language go? What is Brennan throwing me off with? I actually, I
let me
feel
see.
like I got screwed by watching it
I guess
muted.
how it's done.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Happy birthday, dear nameless.
Happy birthday to
Yes. Wow.
Happy birthday
Okay.
to you. Happy birthday.
Let's.
Happy birthday to
So was he just giving the body language because they told him, "Hey, sing Happy Birthday," and he thought that was funny? Is that all it was?
I want to see a sense of confidence. I want them to look like they know what they're doing, no matter what style it is.
Got him. She got the pipes.
Happy birthday to you.
I was looking for things like neck strain. If you're reaching a higher note, you're gonna want to come up here, but that is the complete opposite of what you want to do. You want to open up this area to allow your voice to come through.
Happy birthday to you.
I just do want to say I do get loud.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
I expected
birthday
nothing less.
to your name. Happy birthday to you.
I could definitely hear that.
How hot's this mic? I don't want to pull a Gabby Hanna.
Happy
Oh, that's
birthday to
random.
you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Jubilee. Happy birthday.
It was because he didn't know what to put for the fucking name, dude. I feel because we didn't know that it was they were singing Happy Birthday. God, honestly, this is the worst loss I could have had. That's so
Birthday to you.
fuck, dude. Not fair.
That,
Not
mic
fair.
adjustment, I just felt that he didn't even really adjust the mic well at all.
He adjusted it like this, but didn't adjust the actual stand. I got a little suspicious that he wasn't familiar.
I feel
working
like I've
with
been
mic
cheated.
stands.
Honestly.
Happy birthday to you.
I was cheated here.
Happy birthday to you.
I was looking for at least posture. Hands in the pockets is like such a no in singing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Now we get to watch this.
He seemed super silly, but it just didn't give me singer vibes. It gave me like comedian vibes.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now comes the obvious thing. Like, if I did just watch this, obviously I'd know that this guy's not the trained singer, right?
Nailed it. Thank you, my friend.
When Josh got up and started singing,
Man, I feel like I was done dirty somehow. I feel like that, the official records of everyone playing along at home, I took the L there, technically, right? But, like, honestly, it feels like it shouldn't be counted against me, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I'm not going to fight it too hard, but, I mean, as far as a loss goes, I just muted. I picked up on apparently the wrong thing. Fucking improv, dude. All right, here we go. Second episode of this. 6 people with autism versus a fake. Great. Mind your ears.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself. Like it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly.
Oh wait, we're not getting intros?
Like,
Dude, getting back to what we were slightly just talking about, like, at the start of the stream, the autism spectrum is so like varied and wide. So like again, this is like the type of thing where it's like, man, there's no way me picking just randomly, basically.
It's like
We're not even getting actual intros.
I think I'm the Moana.
I'm just going based off looks here. Just a smiling person. Smiling a little less. Looks like they kind of honestly told him that that they weren't filming right now. Okay, a bit more smiling. Don't worry, you'll judge me heavily. I expect nothing less. Big smile. 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 We got we literally got one person not smiling.
It's like I think I'm the Moana, honestly.
But honestly, fair. I don't smile normally ever, so it is what it is. One of them does not have autism. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't fucking know. Do I pick them just because they weren't smiling for whatever reason? Just can I get a full body shot? Just so I can look at them all at once. I'm gonna say, okay, so 2 days ago when we were playing Odd One Out, we had success. Not to spoil the stream 2 days ago, if you're watching these out of order for whatever reason. But we had success in the one that I won by picking the stereotypical, like, decoy. So it was, oh man, if I pick the person who seems like they would be trying to pull it off just by on looks of being like blending in. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm going to pick long haired. I'm going to pick second from the right.
I think we just talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah. I was diagnosed in middle school.
Wait, what is this?
I think,
Oh, they're doing...
I think we just talk about our disability.
Oh, I didn't even notice this at first. This is an 8-minute round episode, and I think they're changing the rules. Look at this.
I prefer this.
This sensory minimized episode will not include voting or eliminations. Interesting. Look at that. Okay, so we got to adapt my game to this. We've picked one person. Let's say I get to listen to them speak for 3 minutes of the video. 3 more minutes, and then I will pick a second person. So what, do they all just win money?
Disorder, yeah. I was diagnosed in middle school, and then I transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school, I kind of really enjoyed where I was at and everything. This is really hard because there's like so many eyes on me already. It's just taken a while to accept that I have a disorder. There's people who I've met myself who say you have autism, and my family would be like, did you tell him you have did you tell him you have a disability? No, I don't think I need to. But reality, it really does help to know that I do have autism.
They first suspected me of being autistic when I was 5. But they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
I feel like in some ways it's a little bit of an insult.
I was diagnosed at the age of 2. I don't see it as a disorder or a disability because I don't see my autism as something that's negatively affected my life because like I like who I am, I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
Honestly, like being here is like we have to, oh, go ahead, Amanda, sorry, I've spoken so much.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism or any other disability is within our own fault and that we are the cause of the disability. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability. So autism is a disability because society is not made for me. That disability comes from without, not within. I grew up autistic and deaf, and I grew up feeling like I was such an outcast and you know, and I was the odd one out. Oh, hey, I just used the name of the...
it's definitely obviously structured differently, right? For both obvious reasons and probably just for optics. They're like, hey, both for what it involves subject matter wise, and also like obviously the type of people we've invited to the imaginary box and all that. Optics wise, probably makes sense. So it's yeah, it definitely feels different because it is structured different. And I think, like I said, I don't know if there's going to be money involved. I assume there's money, but maybe they changed that. I don't know. But yeah, it seems as if this was like an episode where they were like, hey, due to the subject matter and the people that we've got here, it probably just honestly makes a lot more sense to have just like, for lack of a better term, like a discussion as far as like a human interest like episode, you know, kind of thing.
These Sephora colognes are.
What is this guy on my screen?
I used to spend so.
Fun.
I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and it's you know, like it's always been a difficult process for me, you know, like basically growing up, you know, going to school and everything, you know that people
I get
don't
one more
perceive
minute.
me as this normal guy. So I figure if I'm going to be this autistic person, you know, like might as well be the best autistic person that I can be. You know, I always
Preach.
yeah. I mean, I always try my best to excel in school. You know, I always tend to be like one of the smartest kid in school. You know that's a whole stereotype.
I would consider myself a late bloomer. I was diagnosed at the age of 22. I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources, and so that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always looking for. I really, really struggled to fit in. I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me. And so I stood out pretty badly, and that continued throughout my entire time in grade school. I remember first feeling what depression was when I was around 6.
So when I was in university, they make us do the.
Now this is fucking difficult because what am I supposed to do? How do I? Not only have I not heard everyone, you know, speak, but like, it's just like, again, it as I kind of mentioned before, like, autism itself comes in such a range of like how it comes across both verbally and non-verbally, and so like it feels like everyone that's given focus is not the mole. That if I wanted to go straight up,
so
as far as like trying to win, that seems like that would be like a way to go, right? Should I just pick? Yeah, I felt like it would only make sense if it shouldn't. I mean, it's different. We'll let the record keepers ultimately dictate, but like I guess I'll pick, just going off based off what your logic is. I kind of feel like that does seem right. Like editing wise, if I was strictly to speak like production wise, it feels like it would make sense to like give more focus to like the people that are actually experienced and knowledgeable on the topic, you know, kind of thing, especially for an episode that's built like this. So then if I was to just pick now someone who hasn't spoken yet, I'll pick Guy here. But I gotta say, I'm unconfident. I've picked my 2 out of pure like, for the spirit of the game. You know, how good am I at random number picking?
That was real. I remember things psychology first.
You know, like, am I good at just randomly picking? Because there's no way in hell.
So when I was in university, they make us do these psychological studies, because I was studying psychology, and they have different things you can apply for. and I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women, specifically like people who are older. So I applied, and that was how I got my diagnosis, which was like I was 21 then. My wife and like one of my friends are actually the only people that know I've been diagnosed. So surprise, family or friends, anyone who's watching. It was like an eye-opener. It was kind of bittersweet because it was like, I'm happy now. I have answers to all things that were going on before that I thought there might have been something.
Also, I know this goes this goes antithesis to what I had said earlier about how, along what you were saying, like people that have already spoken, maybe it's more likely that they are not the mole. But also, for some reason, there's a small part of me, that long-haired guy, my first pick, for some reason I feel weirdly confident about that. And I don't know what it is. Like, I shouldn't, because there's no real, like, tell or anything. But there's, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just incorrectly feeling a certain way, but...
With me.
There is nothing wrong with you, okay? You're amazing.
I agree with that.
I agree. I agree now.
Should I go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic because, I mean, as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I mean, I don't know how one even knows what's supposed to be up with them. So it's definitely hard to speak in a group situation because I can never tell the rules of like how to, like when to talk and when to speak up. It's kind of like just jumping in like right.
Also, I feel bad that I'm not feeling confident about my second pick.
Well, when are you feeling like it?
Impossible. You know what? I would not be, it is what it is. I don't know if they would feel any blowback from this, but like, or if they would get any blowback. I would not be, especially with how this is structured, if the surprise is that none of them are a mole. Like, would you be 100% surprised if Jubilee, like, at the end of the episode, they said, all right, we're going to reveal the mole. Oh, no one's the mole. That would make so much sense, especially with how this is structured. They're not eliminating people. They're not, I don't know if money is involved or whatever. I mean, I assume you get, like, maybe, like, I don't want to say, like, participation, but, amount of money. But, like, you get, like, casting, like, that you get paid and for your time or whatever. Don't want to ruin the magic for anyone, but if you get casted for these, you probably I'm like almost for sure that they're getting like an amount of money for being casted, but obviously you get more money than if you win the game. But like, I would not be surprised if at the end of this there is no mole, and that's the big surprise. You know what? I feel like I should be able to put that as my official answer, that there is no mole, there's no fake. If I rescind my picks, I'm my own judge, right? I'm my own rules maker. I'm locking that in. I'm taking it back. I think I should be allowed to say that just based on the episode structure, you can judge me. No, you know what would make perfect sense for the ending of this episode is that I did pick the right fake or the right mole, and by me saying this, I'm now taking back my potential win. Like, that would be exactly like what would happen to me. But I'm calling it right now. I'm locking in there's no fake.
Also blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And, so
I'm locking it in.
Just wondering why I couldn't.
Final answer.
Understand
each other.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a questions about like what are stimulants? Like, do you guys like chew gum, or do you guys like have anything that you guys do specifically to like keep you guys calm or keep you guys?
Yeah. We're officially locking it in. If I'm right about the fact that I've clued in on Jubilee and there's no mole here, then I should count this. This should count officially as a win. But I'm rescinding my picks. I don't get to double dip. I don't get both.
Go ahead, Amanda.
The color pink.
The color pink. Okay.
It's my favorite color in the whole world. My whole room is pink at home. My bed is pink. My bedspread is pink. And my pillows are pink. And my rug is pink. And my carpet is pink. I even have a framed pink picture of and most of my.
It is, and I don't mean to be critical either, but it is like one of those cases where it does get like, it probably wouldn't be the case, right? But it would be hella awkward if like she was the mole. You know what I mean? Like, there almost becomes like this line of like where like Jubilee wouldn't allow it to happen or air the episode if it was like, if like the mole was going so far out to try to like conceal themselves as the mole. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, by me saying this, I hope it doesn't come across as like rude or anything, but like there becomes a point where you're like, okay, we would not be currently watching this episode if that was happening with like her, let's just say. You know what I mean? So
I love pink. It's the best color in the whole world.
like that would be a disaster. That would be a disaster on so many fronts if like it ended up, I feel like we would have to cancel the segment on this channel. Like we would have to stop watching Odd One Out.
I love blue too.
I like blue too, but pink is better.
Like we would have to stop.
I mean, it's subjective.
How do you guys feel about the term high functioning?
I don't like that term
I didn't
at
really
all.
think about it too much.
I don't think I think about it either.
Autism is too much of a spectrum. So many people with autism have so many different experiences.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself, like it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly. Like
I know they were like, try to find the mole. And we're like, maybe there's none.
There's no mole.
Even the person who's
This is what I'm saying.
might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know that. You never know about that.
I mean, like, damn, all this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
The mole might not be neurotypical. Just because someone doesn't have autism doesn't mean the mole could have like ADHD or OCD and could be overlapping the symptoms that could be associated with autism.
Also, along the lines, and I hate to keep pausing, and I know I gotta really go fast here, but like, if you're the mole in this situation, if there's truly is a mole and a fake person, after they're having this discussion, don't you kind of feel like an asshole? especially if there's money involved. Like, the other ones, I'm not saying necessarily that like, oh shit, you beat out like people that are autistic for money or whatever. Like, sure, there's that whole thing. So I'm not necessarily weighing one more than the other, but I'm just saying like, I would feel kind of dirty if like I get through a round and they're like, man, I feel like everyone's autistic here and, you know, everyone's got this experience or whatever. And then it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say I'm on the verge of like feeling like this is like, I don't want to say this is a weird feeling episode, definitely. But like, there's, I don't know. It just feels like there would be such a weird energy to this if at the end of it, someone goes, I'm the mole. There's something negative about that. I don't know.
As well.
My kid has a genetic condition that is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. So when people interact with my kid, they often see an autistic child, but my kid isn't autistic.
Does autism run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my little half brother.
Your ghee is too expensive.
What?
He's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age. But like, I see him, I'm like, huh, wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah, because we thought you're autistic too. I was like, what?
And I just found out that my youngest nephew was just recently diagnosed with autism as well. So, but luckily he had an uncle who already experienced everything that he's going to experience, and I can and I could be a mentor towards him.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
Go ahead.
Do you ever like wake up and feel like you're not autistic and like, or like you have a disability? You're like, this is just me. Like,
yes, it's called masking.
I think I could be seen as neurotypical passing sometimes because I try to hide as much symptoms as possible because I was trained to do so at a very early age.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism, they expect it to stand out, and that's not always the case. You know, I mean, we all look like humans.
I think you can blame that partly on the media, how they portray us.
We don't really have good representation of us. No, we don't.
What that movie with Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, yeah, where
I just feel that I have never been more confident that they're gonna say something that there's no mole. Like it just feels like this is building. If I'm taking into account like I said, we have the veil of like production. Like we're watching it as a video. It just feels like that. Not that it would be wrong necessarily for them to come out with a mole at this point, but it just feels like this is building up to there's no mole, surprise, surprise kind of thing, as a reveal to both the viewers, us, and then them playing the game.
You being on the spectrum automatically mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was good at gambling or something.
None of them have the same experiences that I do. So there's no way to have pinpointed, oh, this person is more quiet, this person is more socially awkward. There's no way to tell who was autistic or not.
On the count of 3, will the mole please raise their hand?
I'm so ready to get disappointed though.
1, 2, 3.
God damn it. I don't know anything, dude. Fuck, dude. It's my face right now.
Who could have seen that coming? I totally didn't see that coming.
I was shook.
I was like, no, it cannot be her. It can't be her.
I hope she feels like an asshole right now.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. I was exposed to alcohol when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months.
Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily want to be like this, but man, if we could add some asterisks to the record keeping to both of these episodes tonight, these would be the episodes. These would be, I mean, there's just.
And you can kind of think of FASD as a spectrum just like ASD.
Even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological
That's what I'm saying.
disabilities.
This is like a technicality. And then same with the singing one. I was done dirty on that.
FASD is never talked about. I've never met a single person who shares that diagnosis with me.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus?
I actually see a ton of similarities, and I wouldn't want to discredit anybody else's experience, but autism does run in my family very heavily. My dad has autism, I have a sister that has autism, and I have quite a few cousins who have autism. And I also have quite a few friends who have autism.
Okay. Damn, we're not your first.
The autism community accepts you.
I love you guys.
Getting a diagnosis can be a whirlwind of emotions. As long as you stay true to yourself, I promise you everything's gonna end up okay.
We are more than the label that defines us. At each label we have is a whole spectrum.
A diagnosis does not define somebody. Everybody is completely unique, whether you're neurotypical or neurodivergent.
Man. Like, what the hell, dude? Come on. I like I said, I will say, I mean, here's the thing. I can't be too mad because I didn't pick her out of my 2 people anyway. So it is what it is. But like, if there were, like I said, asterisks to affix to a certain episode, these 2, let's be real. Fair enough. I have to beat it out actually really quick too. I was on here longer even than I thought I was going to. So Take it easy. Have a nice night. Sleep well. I'll be out. Back hopefully to regular stream tomorrow. I 80% guarantee that. So, until then, thanks. Appreciate it. Hopefully end of week will make it everything all better. That's all I can say. Yeah, so until tomorrow night, take it easy.